Yo, what's up? It's the Joystick. I don't know what that was, but it's the Joystick Show. That's what it is.
That was a fun carnival.
Yeah,
I was like just really invigorated by that.
That's the only instrument I know how to play. The mouth
flaps.
There you go. Mouth flaps. Welcome to the Joystick Show, episode 203. I think it's getting up there. I'm starting to lose track. We're happy to join you here on this wonderful Wednesday when you're watching it. Of course, we're filming it on a Friday, but nonetheless,
Usually the case.
Yeah. Listen, we're just gonna get I like that we call it the mumbo jumbo now. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's gonna be a thing that we use now. So we're gonna get the YouTube mumbo jumbo out of the way.
It's patented.
It's ours. We're taking it. If you want to help us, if you want to support Team Joystick, go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to know what we're talking about today, it's right here next to my face. It usually is. This is what it looks like. Okay, these are the goals, so to speak. Okay, put those away. And now we can get into the good stuff. All right. So I have put together kind of something fun. It's technically an idea that I ripped off from like another thing called Goat Talk, which if you've seen it before,
great series.
It's pretty cool. Long story short, they get people to sit around and discuss, what the GOAT would be of certain topics of discussion. It could be sports related, music related, movie related. But in our case, I think there's one thing that really keeps us, binds us together, so to speak, right? Dylan's the sports guy. I'm the movie guy. Joey's the spooky guy. Jerry's the cool hat guy. But we all game, and we all game hard, Yeah. Even Jose, he used to be a gamer, and now he's a gamer again. So what I'm trying to say is we're going to have our own GOAT Talk discussion surrounding video games.
All right.
Now, here's how this is going to work, all right? We're going to talk about different video game criteria, right? It could be genres of games. It could be other things. Point is, we're going to see what it is. We're going to have a brief discussion. We are allowed to be biased, talk about what our favorites are of that criteria. But at the end of the day, the four of us have to agree on what we think the GOAT, meaning the greatest of all time, in that video game criteria is. And we have to put it up on the shelf. That's officially the GOAT of that topic. Understood?
Okay.
You can all agree to it?
Yeah.
All right, get ready, because it's time.
What are we doing about ties?
There won't be ties.
We got an even number.
There won't be ties.
I think that we're all civil individuals that will come to a conclusion.
No, I think we'll riot.
It's time for GOAT Gamers. Gaming, we'll figure out the title and post and over there. Yep, there you go. We'll use that. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. All right, I've got here some little cards.
Okay.
Give them a nice shuffle. We have 12 to be exact.
Oh,
so we each get we'll go around in a circle. We each get to pick 3. Look at that. Isn't that fun?
Math.
Yeah. All right. Who wants to start? Who wants to pick the first card?
Me.
Go ahead, Joey. Take the first one. Tell us what our first topic of GOAT discussion is.
It is gamer/streamer.
God, who's the GOAT gamer/streamer?
This is really difficult.
Tough.
Now let me ask you this question: What's more indicative of being the GOAT gamer/streamer? Someone who's a GOAT in their own game, or someone who's a GOAT across many games?
I would say even then more of who encapsulates the streamer as opposed to just like, they're good at games. Because like there's so many people who are good at games and they're just like they just heavy breathe into the microphone, It's not like a good invigorating like experience with that regard.
Mine's gonna seem like when I say it out loud, you're gonna be like, really? But I say PewDiePie, to be honest. I feel like he put
I didn't expect that,
I say he put gaming like on the market for YouTube. I didn't know what Twitch was back then, and I remember like everyone knew him, and he made it like so successful that he's like, all right, I'm gonna just do vlogs in Japan with my family now.
Well, that's almost why I don't want to give it to him. You know why? I'd rather give it to someone who's still chugging along. You know what I mean? And also, just to counter that, I feel like PewDiePie was a lot more prevalent on YouTube, whereas at the time there were people like Ninja who were grinding on Justin.tv, like people who have been streaming for 15 plus years in their situations. Not that I'm electing Ninja in my case. I'm just playing devil's advocate here a little bit. You know?
Personally, I think I'd have to give it to someone that's competed at least.
That's
like, when I think a gamer streamer, I think like someone that's like won a tournament or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
and allow me to throw
those people like switch to streaming and they're like, I hate.
And allow me to throw my first name into the ring, Shroud.
I was going to name Shroud.
So that's 3 for Shroud.
Yeah. Because everyone also was thinking of it's like they're either one thing or the other.
Yeah.
Like they're really good at tournaments, but they're not that engaging. They're like a casual streamer, but then they're a former.
And listen,
pro.
like I was even giving I was thinking people like Moon, right? Who entertain the masses playing whatever the
prior to the ban.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. Like,
but realistically speaking, the reason why I think Shroud is a great pick is because it kind of covers all the boxes. He's competed. He's obviously ridiculously skilled, of course, when it comes to FPSs, but he's talented in all regards. But he also has that variety streamer thing where now he just kind of does whatever he wants, and he still gets tens of thousands of people to join, right?
Right.
Not to mention the incredible influence he has in the gaming world and the esports world in general. Mm-hmm. So that's why I would personally have to say Shroud is the GOAT gamer / streamer.
Yeah, he never really dipped, you know?
Nice, still going strong.
Mm-hmm.
Any rebuttals? Is that official?
Is this the guy? He's like really good at FPS. That he
scared you.
It's scary how good he is. I was like, it's almost like robotic.
Even like him playing like Siege, like Rainbow Six.
Yeah,
it's like you're like
tactical.
These games that are hard, that like you'll die fast, and he's like almost like a robot. It's like RoboCop. Like
rest in peace to his dad, but that's how he got good. His dad used to like put him on his lap when he was like 3 and let him play like Counter-Strike 1. That's so he could like look over the computer. It's the fucking prodigy. But Shroud, up there, go.
I'll give it to him.
I don't watch him,
there
but
it is.
I know him to be
There's
that
the
guy.
GOAT gamer. All right, Jerry, go ahead. Pick the next one.
All right, let's do this.
What we got?
I can kind of read it through.
Shut up.
A little bit.
You can't see anything.
I'm not staring at it.
Indie game.
Oh.
Ooh.
What's the GOAT?
Fuck the witness.
Wait. Everyone think of an answer, and
but I
I'm
have
gonna
few
get mine
answers.
last. There is an answer.
I'm just trying to not be biased. Actually, now that I think about it, I think there is an answer.
There is a singular answer.
I think there is a solid answer. You want to say it on the count of 3?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Minecraft. It's got to be Minecraft, right? What beats Minecraft?
It was indie
It's
at the
indie.
time.
It was one guy.
It was
one guy who sold it for millions,
for billions
of dollars.
Yeah, let me do a quick because every other one I'm thinking of is like a cult classic.
Yeah, like we could throw out the
not
notable
like-
ones. You got Meat Boy. You got Binding of Isaac. You got Castle Crashers.
You got a lot of like the Tumblr verse, like with Undertale,
Yep, Undertale.
Cuphead, those sort of games.
Fez,
Where,
I'm talking way back here, but fucking what's that one? Braid, right?
Braid.
I said Journey. I remember that was pretty popular for PlayStation. It was
That
like
would
a
be a
beautiful
game.
experience.
I gotta
any
be,
of the Xbox Live Marketplace ones.
Yeah, I gotta be
Yeah,
real. I
it's
think
so
I think it's Minecraft.
To be honest, if
Trials Revolution.
No.
That was good.
Nothing
Minecraft
even comes
would beat
close
everything.
to Minecraft.
Minecraft beats everything
It's
when it
tough
comes to
because
indie
there's a
games.
lot of really good indie games, and it's just Minecraft is like.
You know what I'd probably give a
you can't
close
beat it.
second to, legitimately? Not Roblox, but Among Us, probably. Just for how widely it reached. But it definitely, it's not Minecraft, and it's not going to be Minecraft.
Minecraft is generational, man.
Yeah,
Nothing's
it's
Minecraft,
not
yeah.
going anywhere anytime soon.
Minecraft is not going anywhere. But
So-
I give it to Minecraft.
There it is. Minecraft, that's the GOAT indie game.
Yeah, easy.
I can already see this next one, and I've got my own personal takes on it, but let's talk about the GOAT FPS. What's the GOAT first-person shooter?
That's tough.
There's some old heads that are going to be watching, like, they didn't pick GoldenEye?
Well, that's just a no.
That's a fat no, yeah.
That's a fat no. just
Technology
based on
has
the
gotten us
control.
much far.
Your controller doesn't look like a weird.
Now, let me
shape.
ask you this. What's the likelihood that this is going to be a Call of Duty game?
Very likely.
I think it's either Call of Duty or Counter-Strike, right? But if you play only console, then it's not Counter-Strike.
Because a lot of other games I'm thinking of like aren't solely like FPSs. You know what I mean? Like Borderlands.
Right.
That has it's more action adventure.
But it is an FPS.
Yeah, it is.
100%.
But like,
even then.
Overwatch, like anything like that, I wouldn't consider like a shooter. You
But
know what
I was
mean?
considering Overwatch, though. That's why.
Yeah, it's like
game's been around for how long at this point? 7-8 years, and people
And
are
it's
still
still
playing
going.
it on console and on PC.
Yeah,
There's still tournaments. Granted, they're not as popular anymore. It's still getting DLC, new characters.
I was watching a show and they mentioned it in the show. We're gonna go to the Overwatch tournament in the city, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like
What
Overwatch
the fuck
got
kind of
mentioned.
show is this?
I don't think anything beats out Call of Duty, Overwatch, or Counter-Strike in this spot.
Yeah.
Well, now which one it is, I don't know. I just say you guys think about it, and
I
I
have
think
my
if you're
answer.
Gen Z, you might say Overwatch.
I have a pretty weird one. And I would like, obviously when you think Call of Duty, you think Modern Warfare 2, right? But I'd say Black Ops 2.
I was about to say Black Ops 2.
Because it has the multiplayer and it has the zombies. Granted, I'm not the biggest zombies fan, but like it had both of those combined.
I didn't like Black Ops 2 zombies.
The campaign also wasn't that good in that one either.
Yeah, that's why I'm not...
I like Black Ops. I remember having a lot of fun in Black Ops 1.
I would say if we're going for all criteria met in the game, like good zombies, good multiplayer, and good campaign, 3. Black Ops 1.
3. I would say 1.
Black Ops 3?
War.
What was the campaign in 3?
What? Oh, well, I didn't play campaign in 3, but 3 had all the zombies, right?
3 was the one that had...
It brought back all the zombies. It brought
Shadows of Evil, and then it had like the bring back for Doris and some of the ones from the first
One
game.
of the Black Ops had like every zombies map.
I think it's a combination of 3 and 4. Like if you have those 2 games, you get all of them. It was like all of them except for Call of the Dead.
They had
which
like
is
a
in
Zombies Chronicles
Black
pack.
Ops 1.
I remember that.
Just saying.
I
almost want to give it to fucking Black Ops 1 just for Call of the Dead. Those are
I'll
the
give it
best
to
Black
zombies.
Ops 1 was
To be honest, I'll
legendary.
give it to Black Ops 1.
So Black Ops 1 is the GOAT FPS.
I agree with that.
Like, can we really call? I mean, yes.
For me, I'm a little biased. I mean, I
Personally,
like Modern Warfare 2.
I think I dumped a lot of hours into that game. That was what, like...
It was, for me...
That was like 6th grade.
If we were going the Call of Duty route, it was between Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1.
Mm-hmm.
And that was 8th grade and freshman year of high school.
I remember playing
also
it
7th grade for me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, yeah, 7th grade and 8th grade. But yeah, all right, so Black Ops 1. I didn't expect that pick, but I'm not mad about it. I love that game.
Yeah.
We don't look sure on it.
I'm still not. But
that one's the least
like
sure.
Modern
I think
Warfare
it's gonna be
2
the least
because
sure
I had
of
this
the
You guys-
Black
choices.
Ops, I guess.
You guys want to put it here and come back to it?
Yes.
All right.
Because I'm thinking MW2 now.
We'll do a cleanup. Dylan, what you got, pal?
Beautiful. So I have controller, which is interesting. I didn't.
Controller?
I did not expect that at all.
One comes to mind.
The steering wheel.
Yes.
Is what
The Wii steering wheel.
The plastic hollow.
No, the
thing.
black PS2 one that
Oh yeah, that goes
had, like,
between your
is
legs.
it had like leather on it. You're like, this is nicer than an
So
actual
when we
steering
say
wheel.
the best, do we mean like nostalgia factored in?
It could be.
Because if nostalgia factored in, I think the answer for me is the 360 control.
That's the one I had on my head.
But if we're talking about
360
like what's actually the best, probably the new Xbox One, right?
Look,
360.
I'm gonna say this. What are you gonna say?
I was going to give it to PS2.
The
Introduction of the joysticks. That every other console introduced that.
Hear me out. None of us here, with the exception of Dylan, grew up as Xbox gamers. But the Xbox 360 controller was one of the best video game controllers that was ever.
It was the first one that
ergonomical.
had like. It was the first one that had like you could like buy like they had like the websites where you could like order a custom one that didn't fucking exist. You couldn't get like a custom PS2. It had
Not to
come
mention,
with the,
I kind of liked the text thing that people used to add.
That
onto
yeah,
that.
that was
that
really
too.
rare, but that was dope. Also, not to
I knew
mention
people that had it.
that controller allowed you to put batteries in it, which was something that the PS2, rather the PS3 controllers never allowed you to. You had to charge them. So if it died, you either had to plug it in or charge it overnight. Your Xbox controller died, you either just recharge the batteries, put in a fresh pair. So it's something to think about too. Personally speaking, if I had to pick one, I would go between the Xbox 360 controller or the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. I think both are pretty fucking solid.
I think I was going to say 5, but felt like it was like a cop-out answer. I was like, well, yeah, it's the newest controller. Of course it's going to be like...
But realistically, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say though, if we're going like straight up, like what is the best, PS5
yeah.
wins that.
I think we got to be fair. Like if that's the case, then the DualSense 5 is the GOAT controller, right?
Yeah.
It has the haptic triggers, whether or not you use them.
I want to say 360, but we'd have to give the PS5.
360 solid second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick, can we agree that the Nintendo 64 controller is somewhere top 5? That shit's just...
It's satisfying to
It
use.
is. It's an abstract painting. you know?
I like using it. It's not the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
So,
for everyone.
Yeah.
The GOAT video game controller is officially the
PS5.
DualSense PS5 controller.
Specifically the Spider-Man variant.
No.
No, yeah.
Go ahead, Joey. Send us into the next topic.
Decline.
All right. Best gaming protagonist. This is interesting.
Who are the obvious ones here, right?
John Marston.
No.
Master Chief.
Master Chief is an obvious
Master
one. Kratos
Chief.
is an obvious
Kratos was
one.
up there.
Lara Croft.
Laura Croft.
Mario.
Nathan Drake.
Sonic.
I was gonna say Mario.
This is tricky.
Drake, Sackboy.
So
my head is hysterical right now because I'm imagining all of these people in like a police lineup, and it's like Nathan Drake, Mario, Sonic. It's like wait.
Polygonal, Lara Croft. So real quick, let me ask this question, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Mario feels like he's in the running just because it's Mario, right?
I was about to say.
But how much do you value like storytelling? You know what I mean? Like world building, lore, so to speak.
Right.
Because if that's the case, you don't get much of that with Mario. It's the same shit every single time.
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking sales here.
Yeah. I would even argue fucking Sonic's got more lore than Mario if that were the case.
Leon Kennedy.
And I'm not even a fan of Sonic. I'm just trying to be unbiased
That's not a bad choice.
Leon Kennedy.
It's not a bad choice, but it's niche, you know?
I get it.
It needs to be someone with lore, though, for sure. That's why, like, when you said who, I was like, Master Chief. That's like
Kratos
easy
too,
running.
man.
Master
Kratos-
Chief is one that jumped into my head for sure.
Kratos' lore goes through like generations of PlayStation, bro, and the arc is crazy.
Are you thinking of anything, Dill?
Master Chief.
You're thinking Master Chief?
I'm thinking because I'm going. It's Master Chief or Mario, honestly. Like,
I can't believe I'm saying this. I gotta go with Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm serious.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not even like a big Sonic fan, but like think about it. He's arguably as like noticeable as Mario when it comes to like video gaming, right? To the point where they put them together and everything. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of time before we get the fucking Mario Sonic movie, right?
He is a watchable show.
He has lore. There's like legitimate background to fucking Sonic. Every game adds new characters, new shit to it. It gets continued forward. It gets spin-offs and stuff like that. So that's why I'm putting it up there. Like, low key, I gotta give it to Sonic.
You might say Mega Man.
But did you
too.
play Sonic Forces for the Nintendo Switch?
No.
Did you play the newest Mario game?
No.
Okay.
What were you trying to accomplish with that? I started out that sentence saying I'm not even a Sonic fan. I'm just saying.
That's why I was like, I wouldn't give it to Sonic. I like Sonic. I think it's a dope
But I have
character.
I'm trying to be unbiased here. Yeah, that's what you're keeping in mind.
If
you go to
it's-
fucking
if
Japan,
it's
they don't
not-
got statues of Kratos everywhere.
That's true. I would say now we're talking about globally, I think it would probably be Mario because it's still for both children and adults. It's just a visual character. Like the Mario movie broke box office.
Mm-hmm. But even then, the movie has zero fucking lore. They're from Brooklyn. Like, that's it.
Well, now
Also, if we're talking protagonist, I think you gotta exclude Kratos, maybe, right?
He wasn't really,
Because he's not like, he doesn't give me like strong good guy vibes. He gives me like,
That's true, but
he's like serving himself.
But you gotta also keep in mind the protagonist doesn't necessarily mean that they're a good person. It just means that they're the
person you're following
main person. Yeah.
in the narrative.
The antagonist is their foil.
Given that, Master Chief.
I'm fine giving it to Master Chief, but I think Sonic is
like
right
in terms
there.
of lore. There's other universes that I do like more than the Halo universe, despite me liking it. Mm-hmm. But then in terms of like someone you're really like getting involved with, you're rooting for. It'd be like that, and then like the GTA games and Saints Row do a really good job. Right. But then it's like every game you're playing like a different guy technically, so it's like you really can't say, oh, the GTA guy, because in a lot of them you're playing multiple people, or you're playing like a different one each time.
Right.
I give it to. I never played Halo, but I know how much of a icon he is for the Xbox community. I'll give it to Mario or Master Chief.
All right, I think it's Master Chief then.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Sorry, Mario.
Shout out to Master Chief.
Mario's little, bro.
Go ahead, Jay.
Right. What do we got?
Dealer's choice.
Let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. Speedrun. Speedrun.
I got it.
Dun, dun, dun,
it's
dun,
easy.
Dun, dun.
It's in the books.
Yeah, this one's. I think it's.
Is it
This is
Mario
also
64?
another
It's
one.
Super Mario 64.
It's one of those that has an answer.
Yeah, we didn't give it to Mario last round. We're giving it to
This
him.
is Mario's trophy.
Like realistically, what comes close? Ocarina.
Super Meat Boy, maybe?
Not even.
Ocarina.
Minecraft, believe it or not.
There's a lot of speedruns for Ocarina.
Yeah, and then all the other ones are like niche games, like the climbing one, whatever that's
Super
called.
Mario 64. Nothing
Yep,
comes
I feel
close.
like that's the best one.
20 plus years, new tech still being found, still being run competitively to this day. There's like paid tournaments at this point.
A fun fucking run to do.
It is fun. One that Dylan and I can do partially. So
something about these N64 games is just fun to break, right?
Yeah, we just honestly just like them. Those old like fucking old school like 90s 2000s platformers in general are super fun to break. Like just getting out of bounds and going in places you were not meant to be.
I'm not supposed to do this.
Super good. All right, what do we got here? What is this? Guys, what's the GOAT boss fight?
Ooh.
What makes a GOAT
This is
boss
going to be really
fight?
hard.
It's got to be iconic. It's got to be challenging. It's got to mean something.
I really enjoyed the boss fight in Uncharted 4. I remember and the face you made, you probably don't remember it.
No, it's the sword fight.
I thought it was hype.
It's not. It's niche. That's the thing. Nobody's going to be like, the boss fight from Uncharted 4 is the GOAT boss fight of all time.
What else?
Like we're talking about like the Final Four from Pokemon, right? We're talking about
that's a good
Champion.
one.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Four, right? We're talking about Bowser. We're talking about Ganon. If I'm gonna throw one in the ring, it might be a little biased, might be a little niche. Sephiroth, Kingdom Hearts, 1 or 2.
That was a hard boss fight. That boss fight made me cry.
It's my first super boss. I don't know if it's enough to get GOAT, but I'm thinking on that level.
Like it has to be something challenging too. I think it can't be like an easy boss fight because what the fuck was the point?
Oh yeah,
something
challenging, but also like fun. I didn't have fun
rewarding.
Fighting Sephiroth.
I thought Sephiroth was a good one. That was like an iconic. Like,
I didn't play Kingdom Hearts.
It was like the first like boss I heard of that like people couldn't beat.
Yeah, people in school would be like, "Yo, you ever beat Sephiroth?" Like, nah, I couldn't.
It was like a thing.
And they'd be like, "I did," and they're like,
a phenomenon.
No, you didn't.
That's why I picked it.
Yeah.
It was like a whole thing.
I don't think there's other gaming phenomenons like that.
I'm trying to think though. There's definitely.
I'm sure there are a lot of like Japanese games. I'm sure like try to replicate it.
We're also gonna look like stupid because none of us really play Souls games. Like there's probably people that are like, "How could you not pick Glumbo Pitchno or some stupid
It's like
shit?"
the devil himself from Bloodborne. Like sorry, bro.
Dark Souls 6.
But sorry, we don't play those games. We're pussies. I have half a mind to give it a Sephiroth, Kingdom Hearts 2.
I'll take your word for it.
I think the Elite Four are up there too. But that's
the Champions
League is
The other boss fight that came to mind was the 64 Bowser, but that's like super easy. I just do it just because it's iconic to swing him around.
I was actually kind of trying to fucking land him on one of those mines. That's a difficult thing to do.
As a child, that was difficult.
Yeah, word.
All right, what do you guys... Go ahead, Dylan. What do you want to give it to? Go.
I'll say...
I'll say Zeph.
Yeah, I can't think of any like more iconic bosses. Yeah,
I remember like screaming yes when I beat him.
Yeah,
I was like, I couldn't believe it.
General
Shout
Shepard
outs to Sephiroth from Kingdom Hearts 2. Go ahead, Dylan.
or Commander Shepard. I meant.
What you got, big boy?
Yo.
So I got GOAT OST official soundtrack, original soundtrack.
Original soundtrack? Yeah.
Yo.
It could be either.
Them Kirby soundtracks are fire.
They actually
They are.
Kirby soundtracks are low-key harder than the game.
They are.
That or Sonic Adventure Battle 2. I like
Pokemon
music.
Pokemon. What was that? I just had a good one in my head and I forgot it. Oh man, I have half a mind to give it to Minecraft. Low key, Minecraft's got some bangers.
Minecraft does have some bangers, but it's not. I don't know. I don't find myself singing it.
Let me think here.
Maybe if I'm playing it often, I'll be like whistling the songs.
Castle Crashers.
That's good.
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. The game.
It does.
How many soundtracks get tours and concerts?
True. I will. There's a lot of good indie games. However, I think going back a bit. I don't know. What did you say before, Joey?
Kirby was my answer.
Honestly, I feel like now we give it to Sonic. I know it's a little biased for me, but I know
I'd give it to Sonic.
The adventure games had all of like the punky kind of sounds, and then 1 through 3 is just solid like synth MIDI OST.
Yeah, Sonic is a good one.
To be honest,
I don't know which specific game I would give it to, but as a franchise, I would give it to Sonic.
I forgot 2. I forgot Kingdom Hearts. And I forgot Tekken. Tekken's got some iconic songs.
I don't think people think of Tekken though.
When they think of music.
You'd be surprised though, actually. There's a big following of people who are... Because it has like a specific genre. I think it's called Toho or Tuhu or some shit like that. and Tekken is like the main provider of that style of music. I'm just trying to think of like OSTs that are impactful.
Yeah, like
that.
revolutionary in a sense.
What did you guys settle on?
I'm gonna go with Sonic because just 2 days ago I was singing "Escape from the City."
Sonic is a series though.
Sonic Adventure Battle 2.
I would give Sonic a close edge. Sonic is close to Pokemon. I would give it that.
If we're giving it to a game, it's not that Sonic.
Okay.
Because that's the only memorable song from that game.
No, there's a lot. All right.
Like
next one. Live and Learn. And then the Knuckles
Escape
rap.
from the City.
Escape from the City.
That's the only one that I know.
Those two.
I don't know the other one.
The ones I remember the most are the Knuckles rap and those other
I would
two.
actually, if we're going to give it to a Sonic game, I would give it to the OG Sonic.
Yeah.
Like
Green Hill Zone, Marble Hill Zone. Just
Marble Hill goes really...
It does go
heavy.
stupidly hard.
Yeah.
There's no good like Mario ones. I mean, there are good Mario ones.
Oh, Mario's great.
Yeah.
I don't have a complaint. And then, of course, you have like the fake ones, like GTA or Guitar Hero.
Yeah, but those aren't like...
That's cheating.
Yeah.
Those aren't original, yeah.
I even had half a mind to
it's
be
not
like
original,
Smash
right.
Bros. Ultimate because it's just like all of them, but it's not really like being fair. If I'm gonna be biased, I think it is fair to give it to Sonic the OG, since he technically lost to Master Chief. Yeah. But I will say that fucking my personal favorites would be, believe it or not, the Kingdom Hearts 2 OST and the Odyssey OST.
There's a lot of games that have just good ones.
Super Mario Odyssey's OST is like ridiculous. They have like an 88-person orchestra or something doing that shit. It's awesome. All right.
Esport. I'm gonna give it to Backyard Football.
You already know which one I want to give it to.
I based on the lore rivalries, I think I'm in the same boat as you guys.
Yeah.
It's Harry Potter's Quidditch, right?
But I'm trying not to be biased here.
Honorable mention: Rocket League. It's
It's
an actual sport.
I like Rocket League.
You know that would be my personal favorite, but in terms of like impact and history, I know what I'm going for. The two that came to mind before I give my obvious bias choice were Counter-Strike,
right? CS:GO,
but even bigger in my opinion, Call of Duty. To the point where even to this day, there's still like the CDL
phase and all those.
Yeah.
But personally, I want to give it to Melee.
I would give it to Melee.
Yeah, I could never get into Call of Duty like competitive. I don't know how.
It's like it's the lore, it's the rivalries, it's literally how the competition continues to progress. Like you watch how people played this game 5 years ago compared to how they're playing it now. Like I can't keep up. These people are playing at light speed. So.
And it's literally the same game. Like no patches. Nothing.
It's not only is it the same game. It's the same 8 characters. Fucking the same 5 stages literally, and nothing. Yeah, it's insane. What these people have been able to do.
I tried getting into the COD esports. Like, and I was following the New York team. I thought it was cool. But whenever I come over and you guys are watching Melee, and I get hyped. Like, I have no idea who these people are. You just give me a brief rundown of the people, and I'm like, all right, I'm voting this guy.
It's a bunch of passionate nerds, man.
That's what it is. But the passion that goes against it, it's not like a team formed by a company. Right. Like, oh, these guys.
I also really
makes it better too.
I really like
makes it better.
I kind of like
manufactured. Right.
I like the spectrum of Melee because there's other esports where the people who are big in that esport, they're kind of the same personality or same kind of vibe. Where Melee is just full of the weirdest mishmash of people you could find, ripped dudes, skinny dudes, rich dudes, poor people, every
race,
everybody's represented. It's insane.
Everyone's fighting for the gold,
and it's better when it's
and they all play Fox
instead of having a team esport when it's just 1v1. That makes things so much better because then it's almost like boxing or MMA where it's this is the matchup. Let's see who fucking wins. It's technical and complex, but when you really boil down to it, it's just 2 dudes fighting.
It's a slobber knocker.
So we're giving it to Melee. Super Smash Brothers Melee is the GOAT esport for Team Joystick.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. We're almost done here.
Grab the Mario and throw it in the sun.
The GOAT developer. So the guest developer studio.
I give it to.
Is it Nintendo?
Man, I think
because a lot of the Nintendo games are done by other companies.
But I was about to say, they're just. I think they're more of a distributor than they are a developer.
The only one that they don't really make is Pokemon. Yeah,
they don't make Kirby.
They do.
No, it's HAL, right? HAL. It's that other dude.
Oh yeah, but this guy made Kirby. Sakurai.
Saitama. Oh, Saitama.
The Smash Bros guy.
The other
Trisha
real
Takano.
Japanese. Yeah. I made Kirby very good. Fucking
Kirby's inspired by a
if
chubby
Nintendo,
white guy.
I guess who rivals Nintendo?
Yeah, I mean, I have.
Who rivals Nintendo?
Everyone, I feel
Valve?
like, has like their personal favorites.
That's a good one.
Like
That's
when
a good
developer
one.
comes
Valve
out.
is pretty good.
Valve is solid.
They made some pretty good games.
I mean, I give them kind of like negative points
there's
for
a
not
lot of-
making a new game.
It
but-
also sucks that like, any good one completely tarnished their name. You know what I mean? Ubisoft has jammed like 20 bad games down our throats. Activision went through all the lawsuits and everything.
I think the PlayStation developers, Naughty Dog, Insomniac, and
I was about to say
Sucker Punch, they've all been incredibly consistent throughout their careers.
I think Naughty Dog more than everyone else.
I would agree with that.
Crash
considering
Bandicoot,
Jack and
Last
Daxter,
of Us,
and
Jack
Uncharted.
and Daxter,
and Uncharted.
And Uncharted.
Yeah.
Like that's a killer.
That's
That's
a
a killer
less,
lineup.
Yeah, they have less variety. But
I'm not
they
gonna
have
lie.
Like a solid,
That's a solid list of games, man.
I give it to Naughty Dog.
That's a solid list right there. It's
but at
not
the same time, Super Mario 1, 2, 3 was a banger.
and that's just the first 3 Mario games.
That
Look,
has-
honestly speaking, I think it's Nintendo, but I'm glad to give an honorable mention second place to Naughty Dog.
Yeah,
Like,
because I feel like everyone has like their like ones that like are their favorite.
yeah.
And then you're like, because like you can think of a ton. I mean, I know people like the people who made like Cyberpunk. Those developers,
the Red CD Projekt.
people have made them a lot. Like Devolver is one of my favorites. They made Hotline Miami
cool.
and all those like
Devolver's
crazy
great.
games.
And Valve is a great pick too. You know, they make
Left 4
incredible
Dead, all those
games.
things.
Portal,
Blizzard
Like
before they
Rockstar.
Blizzard,
before
yeah.
they fucked everyone.
Rockstar solid.
Rockstar's about to make bank next year.
Yes.
Rockstar, if anything, should be the runner up here.
Yeah.
Rockstar is about to make bank next
Probably
year.
nice to work for Rockstar. Well, shout outs to Nintendo for being the GOAT game developer. I thought I was picking the last one. That's the last one for Dylan.
Oh shit.
All right, guys, what's the GOAT platformer?
Woo.
Damn.
Oh, this is difficult.
Guys,
No
it can't be Super
platform.
Mario 64
I know,
again, can it?
I know.
Could be. I mean,
Best platformer.
man, trying to not be biased
Is
here.
nostalgia a factor here?
It is a factor. I'm the platform guy, and I have so many going through my head.
Platformer. The ones that pop into my head when I hear the word platformers, Mario 64. I think of Little Big Planet too.
Little Big Planet
I think
2.
of Banjo-Kazooie despite never playing it.
Listen, I can name fucking 50 right now, bro.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Sly, Jack, Ratchet, and fucking Clank, which is still going on, might I add. Bro, I gotta give it to SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
That's a good.
Every
that's a
game.
good one,
I
to be
mean,
honest.
There's half a joke. 'Cause
There's
it's a solid game.
honestly, there's thousands. Like a lot of movie games, like Stuart Little
movie
2.
games loved being platformers.
They did. They were
Yeah,
easy.
they
Even
really-
the
they're
2D
easy to
ones.
make, yeah.
The 2D platformer on the Game Boy Advance, bro. Easiest game to turn out.
It's
ever.
not my personal favorite, but I'm gonna give it my slot is gonna be Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh.
I knew you were gonna give that answer.
Odyssey.
It's just that when you pick Mario, you have so many different options.
But keep in mind, Odyssey, and other factors,
And
it's
Odyssey
the
is
newest
like
one,
the-
but it has literally the most movement options. Not to mention the whole cap feature. So there's movement options with other fucking types of things you could be. It's the first Mario game in like an open sandbox world, so the controls are completely freeform to you, the routes you want to take, how you want to go about it. It's kind of why I want to go Odyssey. Like it's not even my favorite 3D Mario game. If I was going biased, I'd probably say Galaxy, but I think it's Odyssey. That's just me speaking though.
I've never played Odyssey, but it looked a lot of fun.
You got to change
You've never
that.
played Odyssey,
Never
dude?
played Odyssey.
Joey.
The fact that
Fuck.
Jerry's saying that, you gotta play Odyssey.
You have
bro.
to play Odyssey.
Jerry doesn't even
dude.
play 3D
I played
platformers.
Odyssey for like
Odyssey
months.
Damn,
You
I
have
really-
it?
That game
I
is
don't
amazing.
think I have it.
You can borrow it. Fucking play that game.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. It's a
vibe.
That's my homework right now.
About to
It is.
stream you playing that shit.
That game is so good, and will never end. That game is too long.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
my complaint.
I
It's
100%ed
too long.
it, and it took me a good bit. There's, I think, 890 something moons you can get.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's 890 something moons, and you can max out the Odyssey to 999, but you have to grind coins and buy them in the shop, which I did.
That's wild. I
And-
wonder how many children like stopped.
How much does it give you? How many do you need to get like the super hard level or whatever?
Oh yeah, the 349 or 50 or
so
something
the
like
game
that.
doesn't really end until you get through 50.
There's a
350, okay.
basically the game ends on the moon, but then there's a dark side of the moon, which is like a boss rush, and then there's a darker side of the moon, and that side is like a super long platform hell gauntlet thing. Then that's like supposed to be the true ending of the game.
I think a best platformer has to have something like that. Like, what's this game? Celeste.
Yeah.
Like it's just like a gauntlet.
I think that game won Game of the Year too. Fucking.
All right, Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, I'll give it to Odyssey. I ain't mad about that. Dylan, bring us home. What is our last GOAT game discussion topic? I know what it is.
Oh, so you purposely put this one at the bottom?
I didn't. I shuffled them actually before we started, but it makes sense.
Yeah, so we're ending on a console.
Guys, I want you to think about it for 5 seconds, and then I'm gonna count down from 3, and you're gonna say
wait.
And we're all gonna say the same exact one.
Do we want to? Are we saying the objective best or our favorite?
The objective best.
The best.
Oh,
I got mine.
Of all time.
I got mine.
Think about the library.
I got mine.
I have one. I don't know if I stand by it, but we'll see.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
And that also includes handhelds.
Mm-hmm.
Just scary.
Damn.
Just
I don't have a good
about.
answer for this.
I'm gonna be unbiased here. It's actually technically biased at the same time, but I just think it's the truth. I think it's the way. I think it's the life.
I think there's a politically correct answer here.
I know.
There's a correct answer, but there's also an answer.
Yeah, there's a politically correct answer.
The Sega Saturn.
And if you don't say it, it's gonna make Bobby upset. But
you can say whatever you want.
But to be honest, this was not my favorite console. That's fine.
That's fair. But you ready? 3, 2, 1.
PS2.
2.
See, the politically correct answer is PS2, right?
I think PS2 is look, and again, that's my let's be real. The PS5 is like, come on, it's way better. Yeah, you could play the PS2 games on the PS5. PS5 right?
In terms of like best what technology, what you have to offer, things you can do with it, that you can have an M.2 or an SSD or whatever. So it's PS5. The one that I had the most amount of like hours in, I think, and that was like I thought was revolutionary and ahead of its time, was the 360. You created the party chat. You had the really good controller. You had Xbox Live Marketplace. You had all of that. You had all the indie games. However, in terms of nostalgia, worldwide success, you go with PS2.
Here's why I want to give it to the PS2.
Okay.
Number one, it to this day has like one of the largest video game catalogs of all time. Like just the amount of games they made for the PS2. That's technicalities. And another technicality which I was getting to is how long the PlayStation 2's lifespan was. It like survived probably 2 regular cycles nowadays of video game consoles. It was around for like 8+ years, right? Fucking the other reason I want to give it to PS2 is, in my personal opinion, I felt like that was where we started to see like what modern gaming was becoming. Like even before that, when we were still playing like PS1 games, N64 games, like it just felt like there was something missing. Maybe the camera didn't control well enough. Maybe this, maybe that. But once we took that shift, I saw a clear progression into what we're doing to this day.
The first sports game on PS2 I played, I was like, holy, it controls.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Like, and then think about like Ready to Rumble and shit on the PS1. It's just not the same.
No, I'm gonna bring it back to when we were talking about best controller. The introduction to the joysticks. Was revolutionary. I remember being a kid and first being confused, like, whoa, there's more direction buttons. Like I was really confused, but once I got the hang of it and noticed that it was the camera turning and everything, I was like, this is dope. Like I'm like, this is gonna be crazy.
Technically, the PS1 had that, but
they had the later models had.
I had one that had the sticks and one that didn't.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah. I think it was the one because they sold a PS1 that came with a screen. Yeah. I think it was with that one
with the slim.
Yeah.
I remember my girlfriend found out that I still owned a PS1 and she was like, can we play Tomb Raider? And to change the camera was the left trigger and right trigger.
You have to like recensor it on when you're looking.
Like, I was like, damn, man, this was before the sticks.
Shit. What is your favorite console?
My favorite console, that's what I was saying. I don't have a good answer. I think my favorite console, like nostalgia wise, is probably GameCube.
Really? Not the DS?
360.
Maybe DS too, but that was just because I was just like playing free games. I was just playing everything.
I was going to say, I thought of GameCube when it was...
You were what, Jerry? You were what? We found him, guys. FBI
maybe PC. PC plays with everything, you know?
That doesn't fucking count. It's not a console, okay?
I thought of GameCube. Nostalgia factor, I would probably say PS2. But as I voted PS5 when we all voted, because that thing is like, I can watch you play on my phone. Like, I think that's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
on an iPad.
I'm going to give it to PS2.
I'll give it to GameCube. It's the same thing, basically, back then. Bro, different exclusives.
I'm going to give it to PS2. I played more PS2.
PS2. It's the Go console. Guys, the only one we didn't get to was the Go FPS, which we were stuck on, but it was like Black Ops 1. I think that's what we wanted to land on.
Black Ops 1.
Yeah, I guess.
Black Ops 1.
Do you guys want to be losers and just say Call of Duty?
Yes.
Call of Duty Black Ops?
Sure. Call of Duty.
Shout outs to Call of Duty, the best first-person shooter game of all time. I do love me that Call of Duty.
The one where you're fighting in World War I.
You want to go home and play Call of Duty War?
Call of Duty War?
Call of Duty War. Call of Duty shooty guns.
Could you imagine if they just kept calling it Call of Duty, but just put a number at the end of it?
Yeah.
We'd be at what? Call of Duty 10?
No, what are you kidding?
Like 19.
Yeah, 20? No, like 16, 17, something like that. Anyway.
Think of how many years. It's been out since like 05, right? 04?
Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, 3.
That's like
4 is
18
Modern
years.
Warfare.
Since
World
4,
at
it's
War.
been every year.
Right? It's been at
Modern
least one
Warfare
every
2,
year.
Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Ghosts, Black Ops 3. That's already 11 now. And that's Black Ops 3. Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare,
Cold War,
even though it's a little newer. They did Vanguard, World War 2.
World War 2 they did.
Or was it 1?
That was my Call of Duty break.
One of them. They did one of them. And then the newest Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. Which is another 3 games.
Damn.
It's a lot of fucking Call of Duties, bro. Woo!
See?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So, shout outs to the
it's
goats.
A fucking lot.
Let's go ahead and display them. There we go. It's more work for me, but there you go. There you can see the
they look nice.
That's the pantheon of gaming as far as Joystick is concerned.
The Panthers.
Hope you enjoyed that, and perhaps we revisit this sometime in the future with a new topic of discussion.
It's dope.
But those are the gaming goats. Anybody have last minute discussion topics to bring it in? I know Joey had some stuff he wanted to.
Yeah, speaking
to
of,
complain
we just gave a great
a ranting review to Call of Duty.
Call of Duty review. I'm having a lot of trouble.
Perfect.
I'm having a lot of trouble with this fucking company right now. They didn't get best developer on my list.
No, not Activision.
It got best shooter though.
It got best shooter, but as of 2 months ago in June, I received an email that someone was adding people on my Call of Duty account, and I wasn't adding anyone. I was in Florida at the time visiting my family. So I kind of was like, what the hell is this? I looked into it. Someone linked their like PC account of Call of Duty on my Activision's account. So I was like, how did this happen? So I unlinked it, and I changed my password. And I thought, all right, that's it. A few days later, I get an email from Activision that's like, we've noticed you were hacking and using unauthorized service and malware. You are permanently banned.
How could you, Joey?
And I was like, what the fuck? Hold on. No. So I looked into it, and it says, if you think this was wrong because of a hack, you can submit a ban appeal. Mm-hmm. So I did. And it says, please provide the message so we can look further into it. So I said, hi, I was logged in, said all the shit I needed to say. And a few days passed, and they got back to me, and there was like, hi, we reviewed, and we denied your appeal. And I have been in hell just trying to get in contact with these people.
You're a dirty hacker, Joey.
I don't know what I did. Like, I got upset because Jose was like, bro, what'd you do? I was like, I didn't do anything. I was in Florida.
Just on the off chance that Activision dude that appeals to bans is watching this, I've seen Joey type on a laptop. Joey doesn't know how to download hacks to play Call of Duty. I promise you that, all right? It's Joey. Not only that, Joey's like the nicest person I know. He's not gonna fucking cheat in a video game.
Joey would
that's
report
what's
himself.
so funny about this.
Yeah, it's like Joey. That's the funniest part. Like if it were like Jose,
right?
It's like sure,
you did some shit.
Even if it's like Dylan, right? It's like okay,
oopsie doopsie.
But Joey, like no, it's fucking let the guy play his video games, man.
I went online. There's a bunch of subreddits with thousands of people that have been in the same situation as I am, and they've said go to the Better Business Bureau because they're gonna like try to contact Well, I think they stopped doing that because so many people are messaging them. But you can read the reviews. So there was a day that I was just like reading other people just to like find someone that empathizes with
comfort.
me. Yeah, because I'm like, I'm not the only one going through this. And one guy tried to get like the sob story approach that was like, please, I play this game with my family and it's the only game that I play with them. And it was like, please. And they literally end it with like, please, I just want to play with my family again.
There's a Call of Duty tournament coming up and the amount of money is exactly what I need to give my dog a liver transplant. Please.
They're my kids too, Activision.
Bro, it's funny because like when you mentioned that you wanted to talk about it yesterday, I mentioned it to Mildred, and you know she's new to the gaming world, so she didn't understand exactly like what that meant. So I explained it to her, and she's like, "All right, so what could he do realistically?" And I was like, "Well, the only thing he could do is he has to make a whole brand new account and play on that one." And then you know she said the very obvious thing where she was like, "Well, why doesn't he just do that?" And I was like, "Well, you got to keep in mind." When you play the game for a long time, you get a lot of statistics. You know, you build up your KD ratio, you get gun skins, and then the way I ended it, and I was like, and also Joey bought Nicki Minaj in the game, and I forgot. But the thing was, my brain, you know, forgot to say like as a skin, you know. So Mildred's face was just like, and I was like, no, like you can play as Nicki Minaj, and she's like, and I was like, Call of Duty. So I was, you know, long story short, you lose the paid content too. But probably could have voiced that a little stronger.
He lost
Nicki Minaj.
I mean, I feel like what you do is you just get a new Activision account and you name it something that's like fuck Activision or something.
I was about to.
You
I was
know?
like, I'm
or
about
like,
to name
unban my account, please.
Fuck you, Activision. I've concluded my case. And I've done the only reasonable thing, which is share all your IDs with the internet so that we can all get banned so none of us play this fall.
Cool. So. Fire. Thanks for ruining it for the rest of us, Joe. Anyway, it is now time for the jam, the yam, the bam, and the slam of the week. Another song. Look at that.
The jam, the bam.
Podcast, and it started with a song and ended with a song. And my phone is gone. Oh, I'm sitting on it. I'm so smart.
The old prison pocket.
That's my ass. Anybody? Oh, you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll start this one. I rarely get to start it. Imagine I gave it the Confidential Liar by Vanatica, but I didn't. I didn't do that. I had half a mind to give it to a little Zach Fox song called "Sipping My Tea," but instead I'm gonna give it to a KAYTRANADA song from that really good KAYTRANADA album that nobody can stop listening to.
Right.
And it's gonna go to the Anderson Paak duo, "Do to Me," featuring Anderson Paak and SiR. So shout outs to KAYTRANADA.
Nice.
And "Do to Me."
I got a song for you. In anticipation of A$AP Rocky's new album, I was listening to a bunch of his old music, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was listening to the song "Potato Salad" featuring
Tyler the
Creator.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
It's like one of Tyler's best verses. Loki.
Yeah. Loki overshadowing Rocky there for sure.
I haven't been listening to a lot of music, but I'm just going with the last thing that I was actually like really vibing to, and it's "Go Down in History" by 4 Year Strong.
Should have given it to that Sonic song you were fucking
right
blowing earlier.
That's that. Yeah,
Sight and what is it? What was the sight and that?
What?
Not the whatever. Fuck it. Dylan.
Yes.
Yam.
Oh. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with a beautiful song. "One Step Closer" by the Doobie Brothers.
You're gonna say by Linkin Park.
Yeah, literally, yes. Yes.
Dylan. I went on a cruise to Bermuda.
Yes.
Do you know how many times I heard this song?
Yeah, right?
Oh my God, bro.
Right.
This song?
I heard it at work and I was like, I right away I knew it was the Doobie Brothers, but I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like I was like that.
Not only did I hear that song multiple times on the cruise ship, we went to a performance that was specifically, it was like a 70s night where they sang the songs of the Doobie Brothers in Chicago.
Yeah.
So great choice. I can't really be mad at that. Shout outs to Mike McD, my boy.
Oh yeah, and the other.
Thank you, Dylan. Really appreciate that. Michael McDonald. All right. Welcome. Fuck, I was gonna say welcome to the show. We're gonna go for another 50 minutes. Let's go. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate you guys. We hope you guys agreed with our GOAT topics. Let's be real. You probably disagreed with half of them, and if that's the case, drop them in the comments. What did we fuck up, and what did we get right? We really want to know. Yeah, while you're there, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna say it again. You can subscribe to the channel because I want you to watch that little button glow twice because it's fun. I get a kick out of it. Go ahead and like this episode if you liked it, and if you like the fancy new intro. And we'll catch you here next week where we talk about more stuff while doing new things. Yeah. Sound cool? Guys, let's get a little let's do like a 4-way high five to end the episode. Ready? Everybody get a hand. And
boom.
Teamwork.